Hello, welcome to Footy Corner TV. This is with the North Bank show. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, we've got SJ on the show this evening. We have got T potentially coming on soon, but he's either running late or he's forgot. So we'll see. How are you, SJ?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. Off for Christmas break, nice little chill Christmas. Family came over. Yeah, got the day out of the way, and disappointingly, there's no football on Boxing Day, which I've pretty much come accustomed to, over the recent years. But we had to wait an extra day for a late present from Santa. Yeah, we got a win, and yeah, all good. You?
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all, to be honest. And yeah, it was quite boring on Boxing Day, but yeah. I remember the last one was West Ham, and I think it was an absolute nightmare to get to. So yeah, it's.
Is that when we lost? Did we lose that game? Is that the two?
No, I think we won that game. I think we won the Boxing Day game.
Okay.
It was a couple of years ago, I think.
I thought it was when we lost to West Ham and Fulham back consecutive games. Was that not?
No, Fulham was the New Year's game because I think it was in China.
No, I got it wrong then. Yeah,
yeah, it was. Yeah, that wasn't a fun because I was out there and the guy there was an astute Chelsea fan, and you know what Chelsea fans are like. It doesn't matter how bad they are, they'll still give you stick about your team. So it's kind of a bit of a sore point, but there we go. But yeah, just kind of yeah, just busy doing stuff. We went to the in-laws, and then kind of in-laws came to us. We still don't have an actual floor. I hardboarded it down, but it needs shaping a little bit before we get the actual hard floor down, which is coming February. So next Christmas.
Oh, as long as you got a roof, that's the most important thing.
I've definitely got a roof. Yeah, the roof hasn't had any problems, to be fair. So that's not bad at all. But yeah, once I get the floor down, I'll get the skirting down, and then I can relax with downstairs for a bit anyway. So yeah. Khalid says, big up Sparks and big up SJ. Welcome in, Khalid. Thanks for joining us as usual. If you're in the stream, please make sure you're hitting the like, the subscribe. If you go in the description as well, it's got SJ's channel in there as well. Go and drop a subscribe to his channel as well. We will get him linked up on the YouTube as well, so he can stream it straight through his channel as well. Give him some a live as well. So we'll get that sorted for the next stream as well. But yeah, in the meantime, we'll kind of stuck with this because I've been doing bits and pieces, but yeah, obviously holidays just kind of not really enough, to be honest. I've done a bit of my graphics and everything before the holidays, and then it's easy. Look. Here he is.
Oh, here he is. Yeah.
Here he is. He hasn't got his camera working yet, though. It's on a go slow. The camera's on the go slow. But yeah, it's right. Do we stick with this screen or shall we go with this screen? What do you reckon? Probably that one. It's a bit
yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, a bit less intrusive, isn't it? Bit less. How are we doing, T? You right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you've got satellite time delay there, mate. You probably don't know that joke unless you're, the comedy sketches that were over here. There was a kind of a whole sketch about satellite time delay, but yeah, you probably don't know that one. But yeah, how was your Christmas, mate? It's a proper satellite time delay now.
It's a right delay. I think he's frozen.
I think you're frozen, mate. Or yeah.
Quiet. I've been indoors, but I always said some. Yeah.
Go on, keep going. Keep going.
How is it now? Can you hear me?
Oh.
Well,
maybe drop out and come back in again.
Indoors for most of the holidays, so okay, I think that's.
Yeah, it's probably the best bet.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, he's loaded completely out. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. What do you take? What do you make from the Brighton game? So obviously we got the win there, and yeah,
Well,
were you happier with the performance from the Brighton game? What were your thoughts there?
well, I mean, the majority of people seem to think it's more the same, a continuation of how we've been playing recently, not putting away teams, which I probably would agree to a certain degree, you know. But I thought with the Brighton game we started lively, especially in that first half. I mean, what did we have? 15 shots in the first half, albeit 4 on target. But I thought, you know, in comparison to our last home game, which was Wolves, someone said a stinker game, I thought we did really well, really good. I mean, you have to take into consideration the injuries that we've incurred just before the game. You know, the likes of Timber being ruled out. I think Arteta said it was a precautionary or just like a load management issue. But Calafiori in the warm up, those little things they matter because you know we've prepared for Brighton with a certain back four. Calafiori his assignments, etc. And Lewis Skelly last minute, he's got to come up and join the team. So considering all those factors, I think the team responded well. I mean, a big factor, we had Declan Rice, probably our best midfield this season, out of position, playing right back.
And how good was he, by the way?
Yeah, but I think it's really interesting when we have an injury at right back. Seems to be our best midfielder at the time seems to come out of the midfield and go to right back. I mean, I know Thomas Partey wasn't great, but I think when he went to right back, he was excelling in the midfield. You could tell, especially in that Fulham game last season when he came out, went to right back. Then we moved Timber to left back. We kind of suffered in that middle.
I'll be quite honest with you. I'd be all right seeing Rice at right back if I.
No, don't get me wrong. Rice, I think Rice is he's a jack of all trades and he excels in quite a few positions. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't think he didn't look out of place at all.
No, he didn't.
Essentially, he was basically playing right wing. You know, it was like a free at the back, and Declan Rice was up there more of the time, given the domination that we had in that first half, especially. So, yeah, I agree. If it has to be Rice for the short term, I'm not too unhappy with that as well. What was your thoughts on the game?
I think we played really well. I mean, obviously the clinical and edge wasn't there, but you know, I think that like you said from the Wolves game, our next game I thought was quite good as well, and this is a home game. I thought we were so much better, to be honest with you. I thought Everton could have been. It could have been a cricket score, and I think it could have been again. So I think if we were actually clinical, then I really think we could have put them to the sword properly. But you know, I mean, Brighton of course is trouble. I mean, the last two games really, Everton away and Brighton at home and away, of course, has problems really. So I was quite impressed with how we handled it.
That was the old thing in the previous seasons. We were doing good against the big six, but it was a team like the Evertons, the Bournemouths, the Fulham, the Newcastle,
Fulham's, West Ham,
correct.
Villa even, and I mean, obviously Villa look a lot better than they did back then, and you know, they had that sporadic performance in them, didn't they? But I think they look okay now. That they definitely look on course to be a threat. You know, what's your thoughts on Villa? Do you think they're actually in a title race? Do you think they'll sustain a title race? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I just wonder if a lot of people go back and think of their reactions after that Villa game and revise the situation, because we can see now that Villa are a top team. You know, we can't deny that. They're on a run of form. What is it, 11 games, 12 games in a row that they've won now? We lost it in the 95th minute, last kick of the game. So I think we held our own there well. We had Hincapié at the back. Was it Mascara and Hincapié?
I think Mascara was out, wasn't it? It was Hincapié and Timber, wasn't it?
Exactly. Sorry. It was Timber.
Yeah, Hincapié, Timber, Wright,
exactly.
White, and Calafiori.
Booking, yeah. So we
had Marino up top. We didn't have a striker really.
We had a set pretty much I wouldn't say a makeshift team, but we didn't have. You know what I mean? We had a lot of players missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we went there and we held our own. We lost a last-minute goal. We dropped
Yeah,
out.
even Martinelli came on like 5 minutes to go, didn't he? Just to
Yeah,
kind of
Trossard
stretch the
come
play.
on.
That was it.
Trossard came onto the game and came off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we had our issues, and we went there, held our own. So, but I think Villa. I think if we're waiting for them to fall off, I don't think it's going to come. I think they're a very, very good team. They remind me. I'm not going to say they remind me of Leicester, but they seem to have a set of like 13 to 14 players, not squad deep, but they seem to have the players fit and available all the time, which is what you need in this Premier League race, you know. And yeah, they're just chalking off wins. They're very, very strong at Villa Park. They've made that fortress. You can't deny that. And to go on the road to Chelsea, another team who, well, they were in a title race when they were against us. They won the league apparently that day. I don't know, yeah. But to go there,
Chelsea are a drop off though, aren't they? They're so bad, aren't they?
yeah, to go there and win 2-1, it's a statement win, you know. Especially being 1-0 down. Ollie Watkins, I've made no secret in my channel that's the striker that I wanted in the summer because I thought he's Premier League proven, and yeah, it's better devil you know, in my opinion. We'll probably get onto him later. Just I didn't think that he was going to be as good as what Watkins could be for us, but no, I think we have to respect Villa, and especially we have to think if they beat us, we're level on points, you know, and that's just how it is at the moment. But yeah, I respect Villa. I like what Unai Emery is doing down there. Obviously, got Morgan Rogers, top player. Another player that Man City have let go. I mean, the track record of Pep isn't that great, you know, letting these top players go. Cole Palmer gone to Chelsea, Morgan Rogers, and there's more players that he's definitely let go. But that's just the City way, you know. They got loads. They stockpile with the youngsters and top talent. There's not a space for all of them, so some have to go. But yeah. I do respect Villa, and I think we're taking it seriously. What's your thoughts?
I mean, hopefully we get into that position as well where we can start, you know. Because obviously the academy's doing a lot better as well, and we're starting to buy the younger kind of profile of player, and hopefully it works for us as well. But T, what were your thoughts on the Brighton game, mate?
Okay, well, first of all, let me clear something out. Am I audible now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, fine, fantastic. So, for me, the Brighton game, it seems to be the same thing that's been happening for the past 3 games. We start well, create loads of chances, don't convert, go ahead, and all of a sudden, between the 65-75 minutes, the team that seems to be no threat all game starts to get some momentum. You know, some people have said maybe it's because Gyökeres comes off and then there's no more presence up top, giving the opposing team the whole back line to push up the field to apply pressure, because all of a sudden it's like the midfield collapses, there's no pressure on the ball, our defense is a bit slow, and somehow, some way, a team that hasn't had any shot on target gets one chance and then they score. It happened against
what do you put it down to? What do you put that down to though?
I don't, honestly, not just one thing. I think it has to do with probably mentality, maybe coaching, and sometimes maybe.
Do you think that happens? Do you think if Gabriel's on the pitch, do you think that happens?
I mean, Magalas, right, the defender.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, he's back now, so the Villa game is like the ultimate test right now. So I don't think so. I think what I think is that this form, this quote unquote, this form that we've had, that people seem to think that it's been bad, happened when our defense wasn't complete anymore. Because when we had the complete defense, we had that unbeaten run, 18 games unbeaten. So the defense is we're almost back now, because Timber wasn't available for the last game, and Calafiori picked up a knock in warm up. So I don't know how bad it is. I don't know if any of the 2 guys will be available for the game tomorrow. The thing is, if our defense is solid, if it's back to 100%, I back my team to beat anybody, or at least not to lose to anybody. And then again, like you said, the combination of Saliba and Gabriel, it works so well with the midfield with Zubimendi, that we get to see that all the space opposition team have in front of our defense is never there when this back line is complete. So yes, we have to say that the fact that the back line wasn't complete had to play a part, because when he came on in the game, the momentum from what's it called, from Brighton died off. All of a sudden we got back the game. We were back in control. We had a couple of chances where we would have scored one or two more goals to go up 3-1 or 4-1 if we had converted. So one of the things is that I still believe that Arsenal need to convert a lot more of our chances, especially the early chances, because we seem to get these chances early on in games. And talking about the Villa game tomorrow, one thing I know is the Emirates is a fortress in the Premiership. I can't remember the last time we lost at the Emirates in the Premier League game. So the worst case scenario for me is maybe we draw the game. But Arsenal need to win. We need to win that game tomorrow if we want to put some pressure on Man City, because this is a team that's been on 11 games on a bounce without losing. They've won 11. They're the most informed team, arguably in the whole of Europe, if you ask me, top flight football. 11 wins on the bounce. And in that same stretch, they've beaten Arsenal and they've beaten Chelsea. So they are confident right now. And like I said last time I was on the show, just like losing it becomes an unshakable what's it called, characteristics. When you are winning, somehow it just becomes difficult for you to not win, even when you play bad. Just like when we had our unbeaten run, the 49 unbeaten. There were games that we didn't play well, but we just didn't lose because it was like in our head that we can't lose. Now Villa, they are winning games. They are coming from behind to win games. So the players are on a high. So they right now believe they can't lose. So it's going to be a very, very tough battle. And honestly, I still back my team because I back my defense. And we have Saliba and Gabriel back. I back the team to play well. The thing is that we just need to convert those chances, because the way I see it, we might be in the same situation where it's like 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago, and we are up 1-0. And then all of a sudden, the same thing happens again, and all of a sudden, Villa gets the momentum. But we'll see. Gabriel is going to start tomorrow, so we'll see if it happens again, or if the return of Gabriel sort of stems and controls that part of the game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a massive test, really. But I'm not sure it does happen with Gabriel on the pitch. It's basically where he's controlling things, and he kind of shouts at players, and what Rice does it to a point. But I don't think he was necessarily in the position to do it when he's been moved to right back. He's not really acting as the general at that point. He's kind of doing a different role. So I think it would fall to somebody else to do, and I'm not sure who else does that, to be honest with you, because obviously Zubimendi's kind of he's the maestro. He's just controlling things, doing whatever. Odegaard's doing his pressing thing, and just tactically doing things from the front and trying to play through. I'm not sure if anybody is actually getting on anybody's neck, going, don't do that. At any cost, don't do that. And I don't think there is anybody else.
And honestly, that's actually something that we need to look at, because like those periods when it's about 15 minutes to go and we seem to not be pressing as much as quick, or the intensity on defense is not as high, there needs to be someone in the team that's shouting on players, like, get in there, stop that pass, cut that, it's almost like the whole team is in a slump. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to buttress the point. Like nobody's shouting on the players on the pitch.
Yeah, and I think
this player, they need to want to win it.
Yeah, the person that would be doing that is Rice, but I think he was out of position, and he's not necessarily going to be as vocal in that position as he would be in the middle. So certainly none of the front lines
worried
doing
about
it.
the right back position.
None of the front lines doing it, are they? So nobody from there is doing it. Rice, if he is in there, I think Marino maybe he's doing that a little bit, but potentially a bit of a soft soap indie. And nobody's actually doing it. Maybe that's why the lull is happening, SJ, do you think?
I agree with your point about Gabriel. He sets a tone offensively and defensively for us. When he's on the pitch, our whole setup is completely different. When we start, our starting point is way up the pitch, and that puts different pressure on another team. And I believe, obviously, attack is a better form of defense, and I think when he's on the pitch, he allows us to do that. And I think without him in the team has possibly influenced Arteta's subs in previous games. I think he's got a bit more defensive, a bit more protective of a result that we have in the game, like trying to hold on to a 1-0 win. Do you know what I mean? Lead, you know what I mean? Where if he had Gabriel there, he'd be more confident, and I think he would attack more and go for more goals. So yeah, I mean, with Declan Rice, again, I think he's a leader. He's a captain without the captain's armband, in my opinion. He doesn't need that armband to be a leader. But I think Odegaard, he's playing a central position. He's in the middle of the pitch. He can see everyone on a spin, and he can galvanise the players to get up the pitch and, you know what I mean, defend higher. So I think it's on him. And you thought he'll be buoyant having scored that first goal in the first half. His first goal of the season.
What did you make of that goal, by the way? Because I have a weird take on it. But what did you think of that goal?
It reminded me of the old Odegaard. You know, he likes to unleash his shots from outside the box.
Yeah.
He needs to go back to the old 22-23 season.
Yeah,
where you know what I mean, the Tottenham away goal, Newcastle away. I mean, last season was it Liverpool? He had a decent shot from outside the box that led to Mourinho scoring. So
yeah.
I don't know why he stopped doing that recently. But I thought it was a very good finish. Yeah. What did you think? What's your interesting take that you got on the goal?
I thought it was absolutely shocking defending. I thought it was absolutely shocking. I think the defender came, and then he did like a kung fu kick, and I don't think he was actually going to shoot. I think he was going to lay it across the box, and I think the guy tried to kung fu kick it, and he went, all right then, I'll have one of these, and he cut it back across. I think he reacted to what the defender was doing, because it was about 3 yards away from him.
Looking back at it again, as in when I watched, you know, in the heat of the moment, it was like a fantastic shot and everything.
Yeah.
When you look at it again, he had so much space at the end of the box, like the whole Brighton defense forgot that Odegaard can strike the ball. It's something like they forgot that he could strike the ball because the space was so much. I mean, Saka normally had like 2 or 3 defenders covering his side. So, like when I watch I think it was Sky, the analysis of the goal said that when Saka got the ball, like 3 defenders they drifted all the way towards him, leaving Odegaard in like on an island. So when he got the ball, like you said, he was probably going to swing it in. But when he saw that there was so much space, he was like, wait, I've been here before. I remember this is me 2 seasons ago. It just
this is what I used to do before I stopped shooting.
Yeah, exactly. Like
you know who's rolling that goal I actually really liked as well? Declan Rice's.
Yeah,
because he made that overlapping run, and he took a player with him that actually created that space to get the ball to Odegaard. So I mean, he was very influential on that side from right back, and it just showed.
Yeah, we missed that from White, didn't we? When White went out against Wolves, we missed that really. But apparently he's in contention around the squad. I heard that he's definitely back for Bournemouth. He might make the squad for this game, so I don't know exactly.
Would you rush him back? I don't think there's any need to rush it. I wouldn't.
Well, it depends what's happened with Timber and Calafiori and Mosquera kind of got pushed back a little bit, I think. Yeah. So he's out another.
But defensively, I kind of like Nkapie at left back though. Defensively, Nkapie is solid, but going forward, that's another thing.
Would you put him there with Gabriel though?
Easily. As in both of them at the left side of defense.
Yeah, I realise that. But if you're playing Gabriel, do you play Nkapie as well?
Well, for a game like Villa, I don't know, but for lack of any other choice, yes, but I don't know.
I'm not sure. I played them.
Skelly. I'll like Skelly just because of the chemistry
I think
they've
they suit each other better than Gabriel and Nkapie. I think Nkapie works better with Calafiori. And I'm not convinced that he works with Lewis Skelly. But we haven't really seen it, have we? So it's
I would play Nkapie left back alongside Gabriel, purely because I think Declan Rice, the way he played last game, he might get caught the pitch a few times. He might drift a lot because obviously when we played him away from home, you had Morgan Rogers and John McGinn playing against our fullbacks, who basically false tens and drifting in from the outside coming in. And I think Declan Rice, the player is that he will drift inside and follow Morgan Rogers wherever he goes. So I think just having that solid free base, that free at the back will be key. Just going back into the earlier in the game. Obviously, in the first 2 minutes, our 60, 70 million pound striker, Victor Gyökeres, I just want to get Sparta's thought on that chance that I won't say he blew in the first.
Look, I mean, anybody with any brains knows he should have just put his laces through and boshed it, and he doesn't care if he goes in tier 2 or the top corner. You know what I mean? But I think he did quite a lot of work to get in that position, so I would give him credit for that. Obviously, as a striker, obviously the job is to get the shot away and to trouble the keeper. Now, I think if he belts that at the keeper, even if the keeper does the same thing, and he basically stings his hands, I reckon this keeper approaches that game completely differently to what he did, because that first shot's really tame.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that because I was a centre back side. It wasn't anything of note as such. But if a striker's smashing me into in my midriff with a shot, and the ball goes in and it winds me up, I'm worried about that and the rest of the game, And if you just do a P roller, yeah, I got you, mate. Don't worry about that. I'm all right. I got your number. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think he telegraphed it. Let's be honest. But I don't think he had a bad game. I thought actually watching it live, I thought he wasn't good. I watched the match of the day highlights, and I got a better impression of it from watching it on the replays than I did watching it live. So maybe I was just looking somewhere else, or I'm not as observant as I think I am. But it's. I still think he's doing good things. I wish he'd do them better.
Yeah.
I wish he'd peel off defenders and, take them down on a bit of an alley, and then let them run, and then just check. He seems a bit at the minute to have tunnel vision, and it's like one way. I'm going there. The headlights are there, and he's running into them, and then.
My take with Gyökeres is that the kind of player he is, the kind of striker he is, he's not a fox in a box. And from where he's coming from, he's never been playing against low blocks. And when he was in the Champions League, he never played against low blocks. And for God knows why, a lot of teams right now this season playing against Arsenal seems to employ the low block defense.
Do you know why it is?
Do
you know why that is then?
Yeah, I think
because we can't break it down.
Two reasons. First of all, we dominate positions a lot, and also we don't play the counter-attacking game. Our what's the word again? Our transition game is not fast. We don't move the ball up the pitch as fast as we should if we're playing the counter-attacking football. So by the time we get the ball, if you notice, we get the ball, it goes to the midfield. He goes to Odegaard. He turns. He does. Turns once or twice, and then looks for a winger. And with doing all that, the opposition team, everybody gets back behind the ball, and then we start to break our attack. I think for me. I think that Arteta thing. Arteta doesn't like losing the ball. If you notice the way
I don't agree with that.
They don't lose the ball.
I don't think that's the thing.
No, because it's the way they don't lose the ball that much, and I think that's coaching. The coach will always let you know, I don't want you losing the ball. Pep used to also do it back in Barcelona. They rarely lose the ball. That's why Barcelona, if you watch Barcelona games live, you probably won't enjoy it because Barcelona will probably have 90% of the possession. It's never fast. There's no urgency. And that's why back then, at their peak, they were winning games 1-0, 2-0. They were not really scoring so many goals in all the games, but the opposition really have the ball. The same thing applies with this Arsenal team. Most of the time when we're playing, we rarely lose the ball. But we're not really attacking that much. So it takes a lot of passes for us to create chances. And like the chances Gyökeres got, it was more or less a quick thinking decision from Trossard. He saw that there was space behind the defender, and he hoofed the ball. And Gyökeres is strong enough to have muscle any defender, and that's exactly what happened. Unlucky for him, the shot was very, very tame, like you said. And I think that's a confidence thing. He's not been scoring. So it was more like, let me try and get it on target rather than blast it and see where it goes. So that's a confidence thing. That's on him and the coach.
I
They
think
need
it
to
was
get the confidence
more
up.
simple than that. I think he actually got his. I think he got his studs caught in the turf. I think when he shot,
But maybe,
I
but
think he just got his studs caught.
No.
I think he got caught between two stools because the ball was bouncing, so he could have lobbed the keeper. He
It's
could
bouncing
have
exactly.
also slotted in the bottom corner. And I think he got a bit excited, didn't know what to do. And you know when I think if you play golf, you hesitate on what shot on how high you're hitting, just tap it by accident. And I think that's what he got. He got hesitant, thinking of what he's going to do, and just tapped it. But I mean, at that moment, that would have been such a great moment. That was the moment we were waiting for. You know, Gyökeres, first 2 minutes, first goal
Yeah.
at home.
Let's go.
It would have been, the crowd would have been rocking. And I think how do we score that? I think we'd have gone on and absolutely battered Brighton.
Yeah, I think so. It's coming, isn't it? There is a ring coming.
I think that was the moment. And it kind of gave more fuel to the fire for all the haters, all the opposite. I mean, everyone's saying Gyökeres that. But yeah, it's going to come. But I think my question is, how long do you wait? How long do we have to wait for it to come? Because we're halfway through the season now.
I mean, come on. He has scored 7 goals in all competitions. It's not as if he hasn't scored. He's not a dud. He's not a dead rubber. Granted, he's not doing what we all want him to do, and score hat tricks every blooming game or every other game. But we can all see that he's a benefit to the side, even if it's not actual goal scoring, can't we?
Yeah, my retort to that is I think we can find a lot of strikers in the league that could do the same thing he's doing. I don't think he's not going above and beyond setting the world alight in terms of his play. And we need more. That's what I would say for my striker. We need more. And that's what we brought him in for. I don't think we brought him into, 7 goals, like you say, it's decent at this point. A couple of penalties in there. But I don't think we thought that he would need such time to bed in, given his goal scoring prowess in other leagues. Because I know people say, "Oh yeah, you got to let him adapt to the league," but football's football wherever you play. I know they change the ground.
I don't really buy that. I don't buy that. The leagues are different. And,
they are different. But if you're a top footballer, if you're a top footballer, you make it work.
Yeah, I mean, certainly the ratio. I get where you're coming from with the ratio, and obviously he hasn't performed to the level that we all we all want. But yeah, I mean, to say that. The ratio, there's a ratio that's awarded to the Portuguese league. They have to score 1.5 goals to 1 goal in any of the other top 5 leagues. So it's actually easier to score. And a point that you actually made there as well is because we're playing against the low blocks, he essentially has to come deeper to get the acceleration to come through, because he's quick, but his acceleration isn't all that.
No.
So he basically has to work it up, doesn't he? And it's a bit of a problem. So maybe he just needs to work on his burst speed more than anything else, and go from there. But I just wanted to talk about what you said, T, and you basically said that in your view that the Brighton and the Everton game looked like the Wolves game. Do you think it did?
No, I'm not saying the overall game, but I'm saying that
you just said it was sluggish.
No. What I'm saying that towards the end of the game, I was talking about the our transition.
You're talking about the situation, the game state.
Situation exactly. Because towards the end of the game, the other teams they started gaining momentum. Like I don't know about you guys, but 10 minutes to go in the game against Everton, it felt like Everton was going to score. I mean, looking back at it again, they really didn't have any shot on target.
No,
they didn't even look like they were going to score.
Yeah.
But exactly. But watching the game live, it felt like 1-0 wasn't it. Like something could happen.
Yeah.
It happened against Wolves.
No, I know. I get you.
But-
I just thought you were saying that
Yeah.
the three games were kind of related in the way that we played, because I don't think that at all. I think the Everton game could have been. The Wolves game was kind of, we were lucky to get out of there with the 3 points, and I really think that the game against Everton and the game against Brighton, had we just been more clinical, I think they could have been anything. They could have been 6 or 7 really.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's the thing. We need to be clinical because
Yeah.
we need to score goals, because City are winning, Villa is winning. We need to score. We need to put these games to bed first half. It helps the team. Like imagine in the game against Crystal Palace, for instance, in the Carabao Cup, all those chances that we had in the first half. Imagine we were up 3 at halftime. Arteta could have brought some people off the game at 65 minutes. You have to let them rest, but all of a sudden we had to wait till to score the opening goal and then concede like 5 minutes after. So all this situation doesn't really help in the long run. It helps if we can kill games off when we have the opportunities, so that players can actually rest. At least let them rest 20,
I do
20
agree with
minutes
that, but
at the end of the game.
do you not think as well though, if that's the case, and he just kind of decides he's going to sub off players and stuff like that, that we're going to get more of this lull where there's like a changing game state, and potentially we're going to go back to the old routine where we're 2-0 up, 3-0 up, whatever, and then we're going to let teams back in the game.
Well, but that I get what you're saying, and I understand that, and it can happen. But then again, I don't expect us at this stage of the season to be beating every team 3-0, 4-0. But there are times that, imagine if you had done that against Crystal Palace. I get you. But I mean, we all want that, definitely. But imagine if we had done that against Crystal Palace, like halftime, we were all by 3. It helps to rest players for the game against Brighton. So that's what I'm saying, because we are playing like now, from now to like I saw the fixtures from now till end of February. We're playing a game every 3 days, and these are not games that we can rest players. These are Premiership run-ins, Carabao Cup semi-finals, Champions League. Okay, well, the Champions League game, I mean, we've qualified, so maybe we can rest a player or 2. But it's a tough period right now.
Yeah, the only advantage we do have, because obviously we're going to finish top 8 anyway, we've got the 2 playoff games that are off the table. So other teams will play another. They will just keep going, and we we have the midweek off.
Yeah, I think we're actually going to finish top of the table regardless, even if we lose the last game, because we're ahead we're leading by 3 points, and we have a very good goal difference in the Champions League.
I mean, we guarantee first or second, and it really doesn't matter which one you finished, does it really? Because
exactly.
You can't meet the other one until the final anyway.
Yeah.
If obviously everybody qualifies through, and the only person that can be the only team that can be above you is the other team, and you can't meet them until the final anyway. So it doesn't matter if you're first or second, does it? So it's like, well, I know he doesn't like losing games, and he doesn't like rotating for the Champions League, but I mean, it worked for Bruges, but I just can't see him doing it for Inter, and I mean, if he can't do it for the Kairat game, I don't know when he can, to be honest with you.
Speaking of rotation, just obviously, what's your thoughts on Eze and Noni getting 0 minutes in the last 2 Premier League games? Do you think it's just because of game state? I think it could be. It could be because of game state. Everton, it's a tough game. He wasn't required. His style of play maybe not required.
I think more personally. I think it's more because Madueke is not as defensive as Saka can be, and the right back hasn't been a static right back. So it's that's kind of mixed everything up. And if the actual right back was the same player over and over again, I think Madueke would have got a look in. I think he was potentially going to put him in the left, but I don't think he has done, because obviously Trossard's been doing quite well. Martinelli was doing well in the Champions League before his knock. So I think that's kind of knocked it into that. Eze played the game before anyway, didn't he? So it's not as if he didn't get any minutes. So
Well, no, he played against Villa, but he got hooked at half time because he obviously didn't follow Matty Cash on 2 occasions. And he played in the Crystal Palace.
and he stunk, didn't he? Let's
Yeah.
be serious. He stunk.
Yeah. So,
So yeah, I mean,
is he being punished as such for not?
I don't think he's being punished. I just think I think maybe he thinks that he got too much pressure on him, so he tried to relieve a bit of pressure off him. I think that's all it is, to be honest.
Well, all I can say is Odegaard scoring at the weekend doesn't help his case.
Say that again.
I said Odegaard scoring at the weekend doesn't help his case in that midfield anyway.
No, but I mean, Odegaard's going to need rotating as well, because obviously he's just come back from injury as well. So you really want to play the main guy for 65 minutes and then 25 minutes and spin it over, innit? But
Well, do you think we need to have a lead for that to happen? As in, is he going to take Odegaard off if we're winning 1-0? Like we have been in the last 3, 4, or 5 games.
I think he'd prefer it.
Unsustainable period.
I think he'd prefer it, yeah.
Yeah.
I just think he's that guy, and he wants to put players on either to go and chase the game or to just consolidate on what you've got.
But saying that, Mick Arteta is not really a sub guy. I don't like there are times when we're 2-0, 3-0 up. I'm like, can you take him off, please? Take X, Y off. And he doesn't really do that. For my opinion, he doesn't do it for me. I don't know if anyone else thinks that as well.
No, he doesn't. He rarely subs. He rarely takes players off.
Yeah.
So me personally, I just feel like Arteta, like most managers, they have their guys in the team. They have the guys that they depend on, they believe in, and those guys, they really take those guys out of games. Declan Rice is one of them. Bukayo Saka is one of them. Odegaard is one of them. We all know how the defense is. So I think the only position that you usually tinkers with is center forward and the left wing.
Left wingers, yeah.
So
the base merchant.
We know he's going to sub exactly. So it's going to be like that. Barring any injury, we know Saka is going to start the game. Odegaard is going to start. The defense is going to be what it's going to be, and he might decide to start Martinelli or Trossard, depending. So that's just it. Like remember last time on the show when we were talking about the rotation for the Carabao Cup game, and by the time the lineup came out, it was a completely. I mean, so he has his people, he has his guys, he has his go-to guys when it comes to game, and this is a big game against Aston Villa. So
he did rotate in the Carabao Cup, though.
Yeah, I think 8 changes. Was it?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
heavily,
8 changes.
Actually. Yeah, heavily.
Now, granted, some of those changes he would have automatically made anyway. We get that, but there was a couple that came back from injury as well, wasn't there? So it's Calafiori came back off a suspension, didn't he? So
yes,
he would automatically come in anyway. So all right, there was 8 changes, 7 of which you know you can argue that some of them would have been made anyway. But I think it rotates all right. I mean, I do think a lot depends on the game state. He does love to. I mean, for me, in the Brighton game, I'd have put Martinelli on for Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Purely because Gyökeres was the outlet, and once you've took Gyökeres off, there's no outlet there. There's no runner. There's no whatever. So I would have actually put Martinelli on for Gyökeres.
What do you think? What do you think of this sub though? Martinelli for Gyökeres and then Noni for Trossard instead of bringing on Gabriel Jesus. I mean, I understand he wants to give Jesus some minutes to get him back to full fitness, but in that kind of game, with the way the game was going in, I mean, having Martinelli as a centre forward, which a lot of Arsenal fans have been asking for a while now, and then Noni on the wings. What do you think? What do you think of that kind of that sub?
The thing for me though is he's had so long without a striker that he's trying to get a striker in the game. So he's basically mixed it up with Gyökeres, and realistically hasn't scored as many as he would like him to have scored. Marino's worked for sporadic moments, and kind of held the line a little bit. And he's trying to get back to actually having a striker, which is why he's trying to get Jesus back in the game, I think.
I think that's why I wouldn't have bought on Gabriel Martinelli for Gyökeres, because I don't think Gabriel Martinelli is considered in that striker pool. So obviously we got
I wouldn't have played him a striker. I wouldn't.
Okay.
I would have. I would literally have switched Trossard and Martinelli round.
Yeah.
So I'd have played Trossard up front for that time period. I'd have put Martinelli on his left wing position, his favourite position, and then the next sub would be Trossard off, Gabriel, and then Jesus on.
Yeah.
Because that just stems the gap between not having anybody to play it to, because in that time period there's Raya doing that weird clearance that he did that kind of went to the moon. I don't really know what that was. I don't know what that was about. It was like he tried to get a 6 and top edged it. Not what he was doing there, but he did it a couple of times before we could get Martinelli on. And that was the edgy kind of time period for me. So just to get that little bit of pace, because Trossard did that little run, didn't he? Well, little run. He was like on the edge of his own box, and he ended up more or less on the edge of their box.
Yeah.
But I think he does that once or twice a game. He doesn't do that as a rule. So he's pretty much like Eze at that point. He can pick up the ball, but he'll gradually work up the field with it. Whereas a Martinelli are just
direct,
kick and run in it.
Yeah. I think Martinelli is probably one of our better ball carriers. Probably even better than Saka. Because I think Saka, he's good, but he's a small stop and start person. He does not a direct knock and go like you say. But yeah, I did like Gabriel Jesus coming on. I'm glad he's back. And again, but the more news about Kai Havertz. Is he in the squad? He's in the squad.
He's in the squad, or in the realms of the squad.
In and around. He's at the hotel. He's at the hotel with the
He's at the hotel. He might not be on the sheet.
He's at the buffet. But,
he's at the buffet. Whether he's at the bar or not is a different matter.
I don't think Havertz is playing this year. I don't think he's touching the ball this year. Next year maybe.
Yeah.
This year.
What, Havertz?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not long left to go in the year, to be fair.
It'll be good to see him on the bench, because it could be a plan B that we need, in this game. I mean, going back to your point, T, would you take a draw in this Villa game? Just an early thought on that.
I think that's the bare minimum, because if we draw the game, City wins, we're still level on points. But losing that game and City wins and City goes up top, that's a momentum shift.
Yeah.
That's a major momentum shift. So the worst case scenario that we can say, okay, we will take it, is a draw. But I don't think we draw this game. Personally, I think we win this game. 1-0, 2-1. I don't think we lose this game.
If Big Gabby starts, I have full confidence in the team that we can get the win.
That's the thing. If the defense is there, I'm confident. Look at the games we've lost.
It's a much better lineup than when we were at their place.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Honestly.
100%, no, definitely. And
I'd have preferred it to be the other way around than it is now, to be honest with you. I'd prefer to have this lineup for the home game, and then that lineup, the lineup that we're going to supposedly have, for the away game. But we can't pick and choose, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm more than confident if we get one of the right backs back, whichever one it is, I think we'll be okay.
I wouldn't rush Ben White back unless he's 100% fit, because we saw that was a hamstring that he suffered. You don't get rid of.
To be honest with you, I think we spoke about this before, but when he did that launch, he was at right wing, wasn't he? When he started running from that, and there were 3 other players that were running that back, and I'm not being funny. Arteta at that point should have pointed at him and gone, "Stop running, you."
Yeah.
He should have stopped him, because he literally he was busting a gut, and he hadn't been back long anyway. So I think but it was a knee problem last time, wasn't it? Not a hamstring.
It wasn't hamstring. Yeah, it wasn't hamstring. It was knee. Yeah,
Yeah, and obviously it's only a it was only a stage 1, whatever it was, but I think that's literally just because they caught it and whatever. I did see a little bit of kind of unrest, let's call it, because we didn't have anybody else, or we didn't play anybody else at right back, and again, I don't really know who they expected to play at right back, given that Timber was out at the time. Calafiori, I think, had a knock at that point as well, so he could have played right back. And then they were begging for Rice to get rested. So I don't really know who the other option was to play at right back, to be honest.
Zubimendi.
No.
I was hearing Zubimendi.
Just don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. I can't.
When I heard that, because I was on Twitter, and I was an ex rather, and I I think Zubimendi is playing right back. I'm like, Zubimendi right back? No.
Was it you that responded to my tweet?
What?
Was it you that responded to my post? And somebody replied to me with Zubimendi?
I think it was the post. I was like, Zubimendi.
I think
my mind, I was like,
responded to that.
Yeah. I was like, it would be better to go for a back three than having Zubimendi play right back.
I needed to have a lay down, man. I was like, what the hell are you doing, man? But yeah, I think that was a response to one of my posts, and it was just like, are you okay? We've seen how that goes, you know, and like we brought up before, even Partey doing it, you know. Come on, he wasn't great, was he? He wasn't
great. Oh, I think Declan Rice has a better skill set in terms of just his core football ability. I think he can play anywhere on the pitch, just as a normal player. I think
he did play right back at West Ham.
Yeah, I think he played centre back. Yeah, he played centre
back. Right across the back line anyway, didn't he?
I just think he's just that natural footballer that he just picks up a position and just knows the competent level that he needs to play in that position.
Yeah.
And obviously, we invert our right back or our full backs anyway, so he's going to be.
No, that's not a thing. No, that's not a thing. We don't do that apparently. So when I was having a conversation with a Chelsea fan who was bigging up Reece James, which I have no problem with Reece James whatsoever. Quality player, absolutely fantastic. Plays at right back, plays in midfield. Fantastic at what he does. If he stayed fit more often, then I think he was even better. But this guy basically said our right backs don't invert into midfield, and they don't do this and they don't do that and they don't do that. I was like, White doesn't, but every other one does.
Yeah.
And he came back and he was like, playing in midfield is not the same as inverting. I was like, I'm done. I'm just done. There's no argument with that.
Just tell him you win.
There's no argument with that. And it's like, okay. So when the team sheet comes out, unless it says you're playing in midfield, you're not playing in midfield. That's basically I think that's all I could take from what he was saying. And it's like, right, okay. So Lewis Skelly doesn't invert into midfield then?
No, clearly not.
Clearly not. It's just like, I don't understand.
Skelly lives in the midfield.
I just don't understand. You're like, right, okay, so which player has the most attacking threat from a defensive line and has more threat than Timber? Tell me, because I don't know.
I don't know.
Because you tell me any right back who's in the penalty box taking a header off your striker. You tell me you tell me over any other right back that's done that. Yeah. And it's not bad enough that he's done it once. It's not bad enough that he did it twice. He's done it 3 times.
True, yeah.
And one was a match winner against Chelsea.
That was a tough one, yeah.
So you're like, are you serious right now? I was just like, but he was a Chelsea fan with Messi on his profile, and that really tipped it. It was just like, okay, yeah, definitely done. Yeah, definitely not having this conversation. And yeah, he went to the lengths of carrying on the conversation, but removing me from the conversation. And I was like, right, okay. I'm taking that I won that conversation then, yeah? The fact that you removed me from it means that I proved my point and proved you know nothing about football, right? It's a bit wild, really wild.
Just you mentioned Jokerism there. I was watching the old Ref Watch. It annoys me so much.
Oh God, yeah, go on.
Yeah, what was your thoughts on the Jokeris getting taken out by the goalkeeper? Do you think it was a red?
No.
What do you think, T?
Okay, so if it was more central, like it was facing the goalkeeper, it's a definite red. But the position of the tackle, I mean, looking at it, it was cynical. The keeper knew he wasn't getting the ball. He went straight for Gyökeres. There was no doubt about that. But looking at it, and there was a time I heard they were reviewing the rule when it comes to goalkeepers tackle outside the 18-yard box. Like if the goalkeeper goes out with the foot to tackle a player and misses the ball completely and gets the player, they were thinking of upgrading the card to red, but I think they probably died down. So, but for this particular tackle, I think yellow is fair for the position where it happened on the pitch. Was on the left wing, way towards the what's it called, the throwing, and also there was a defender right beside the goalkeeper. So yeah, I guess yellow is fair. But what I'm really concerned about is the fact that defenders are getting away with shoving our players right before they hit the ball, and nothing is being said about it.
This is a problem.
It happened twice. The first one I was okay. I mean, I could say the first one was a bit soft on Gyökeres because the ball was probably out of his reach if you look at it very well. But the one that happened to Gabriel Jesus, he was actually going to knock that ball, and then he got shoved. It wasn't a shoulder to shoulder like some guys were claiming. It was an elbow on his back, and then nothing, no VAR check, nothing. I'm like, it's all fair, but I hope they keep it. They stay consistent when it happens when the tables are turned. Like they did against with Everton when Saliba smashed Barry's heel. So it's but like I said, it's what it is anyway when it comes to officiating in the Premiership.
Yeah, I agree with your breakdown of the keeper. I think under the rules, I think it's a yellow. Mm-hmm. I'm not convinced it should be a yellow because he knew he wasn't getting the ball. He completely wiped him out.
100%.
But under the current rules, it's a yellow card because it's not going towards goal. I don't know why he did what he did because the ball had gone. I think the ball's gone. I don't think he's even got a chance of getting that ball. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but I think it should be a red card because of what. There's no jeopardy at that point because he knows it's not going towards goal. He can do what he likes, and he's just going to get a yellow card. So I think there should be more jeopardy than that.
My worry on that kind of tackle was actually for Gyökeres because he could have gotten seriously injured from it. That was my worry because.
But that's what I mean. There's no jeopardy. He can fly now however he wants.
Exactly.
So yeah, so that's exactly what I mean. So it's like you can't or you shouldn't just be able to go flying in any way where you can and do that. I hate the shoving. I think the one against Everton.
Oh yeah, we spoke about it. Yeah.
I think that was a penalty, and I certainly think that if the Saliba one is given where he kicks the back of his foot, I think that makes it more of a penalty. But then they've stuck to the high bar thing, so I kind of get that. But yeah, the shoving thing. If the attacker shoves a defender like that, he's getting a booking. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, he's getting a booking.
Yeah. Well, that's what we said last pod. There's just different rules inside the box than outside the box.
Yeah, I mean, I see why they do it, because obviously there's less jeopardy, because they're not going to give a penalty away. They're not going to do this, that, and the other. But again, that needs to stop. But the other thing that's got to stop as well for me is the wrangling, the tangling, and whatever from corners where the ball's not in play, and they're just allowed to do whatever. Yeah. And basically what happens is the attacker gets fed up of it, does something to the defender, and they get the card for it.
Yeah, well, I think I saw someone suggest online that when the ball's in the D, that's when it should be in play. As in, so if you do,
it just has to be on the pitch.
Yeah. So even though it's not been kicked, even though, as soon as the attacker puts the ball down on the floor in the D, the ball's in play. Any fouls, any shirt pulling, it's going to be penalised. And I think that could actually, not a bad idea, could actually, stop this silliness, like you're saying, in the box, because the referees don't seem to be controlling the situation.
They're not interested, are they?
No, they're not. They're not
at all.
No. They do the half-ass. Say, I'm looking at you two come in, and it kind of just continues.
Did you guys see the Newcastle one, by the way? So all the Newcastle penalty that wasn't allowed, wasn't given against Man United for the shove. Did you see it?
I mean, I did see. I can't remember it.
I'll look it up because it's online. There's plenty of Arsenal accounts posted it, and it's like, oh yeah, well this isn't a penalty for a shove, and I responded to it and I said, nope, shove don't count anymore. They don't cancel goals out. They don't do anything. So you asked for that 2 years ago, mate. So there you go. You can't have the rules changed now.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, was it Bruno Guimaraes or was it that had his hand on Joel Linton? Yeah, that had his hand both.
Gone again. Gone again. He's back. We're coming back.
At the back of Gabriel.
Yeah.
Okay. Back. Sorry.
I don't know what's going on with
just
it.
before that, the ball seemed to have gone out. Remember that the whole controversy.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It was obviously that was the case, and it was just like, oh yeah, they all screamed and shouted and just said, no, there's definitely nothing there conclusive to say it should have got ruled out, apart from the ball going out of play, the handball, and the shove in the back. Apart from all three of them. I saw
the one from the archives, where the one we gave against Tottenham all those years back when
Cedric. Cedric, right?
Yeah, Cedric. Yeah,
Cedric against Son.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they were similar. To be honest with you, I think they were.
The ball was nowhere near the play. An Arsenal player had already.
It wasn't near him.
Deflected it out. So, I mean, I guess if it's Arsenal, it's Arsenal. It's the way it is.
I seen somebody say that was handball. He was given for handball.
Oh, was it?
No, there wasn't any handball there.
There's nowhere near his hand. Yeah, somebody basically said it was given as handball. I was like, show me where, please. I want to see where the ball touched his hand. Oh, you can see it from the other angle. We're not watching it from that angle. We want to see it from here. You said it's handball. You obviously can see the handball from there. Tell me, show me.
So the thing is, there's so many things you can nitpick when it comes to the way Arsenal games are being officiated. Like, just in the beginning of the game against Brighton, a situation happened where there was an infringement, the referee blew, and then Raya was about to start the game, Gomez kicked the ball. And then he didn't get a yellow card for that.
Oh, you booted it out, yeah.
You get me? Yeah, you saw that. So, like, see, okay, I don't mind, having it talking to by the ref and everything, but we've seen it. Even I think it was last week or two games ago, Gyökeres got booked for the same thing. So the thing is, it's always as if when it comes to when it's being done to Arsenal, they're a bit more lenient than when Arsenal is the one doing it. So it always raises up all this talk like we are being ref differently, like the officiating seems to be different when it comes to Arsenal and everything. And I think the referees are part of it because they see the red jersey and they're like, yeah, it's Arsenal, it's what they do, give him a yellow. But when someone else does it to Arsenal, they're a bit lenient because the moment it happened, Odegaard went to meet the ref. Well, I don't know what he was telling him, but I like to believe that it was like saying, "Ref, he kicked the ball away," And but there was no
Yeah,
punishment
well,
for that.
it doesn't
But if it
matter
was an
anymore,
Arsenal
does
player
it?
that did it,
Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore. But
yeah,
did you see Trossard with Van Hecker?
yeah,
The one where pushed him over the touchline, so the ball's gone out,
yeah, and
and
then
Van Hecker's barged him
he
in the
sort of
back,
faked it.
and
Yeah,
Trossard started doing a kick out.
Yeah.
but he stopped. He stopped
He
midway.
stopped himself. Yeah, he stopped himself. He kind of caught himself. Like, yeah. He thought about it.
He thought about it, and then he just walked off. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you make of this then? I mean, this looks like a bit of bait, but there we go.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's a horrible manager. We need Unai back. Get him out of my club.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to
I
that.
have nothing to say about that. I have
Yeah, I
nothing
mean,
to say about that.
this has been rambling on for like the last week. I think ever since we played them, to be honest, and obviously we're playing them next. So it's going to ramp up even more online. A lot of people have gone back and kind of revised Unai's.
Yeah, they seem to be revising things.
Yeah, they've remarked his exam and he's now passed. He failed by 2 marks. Now he's passed by 10 marks.
Yeah, I mean, Keeman, I don't know how old you are, right? But I'm guessing that that you're reacting to what has been posted online rather than what you've seen either in the stadium or from replays. Because yeah, I can kind of get the thing that obviously Emery took us to a final, right, where Arteta didn't, even though he won an FA Cup with his team. But there you go. But yeah, we got smashed in that final, and that was Unai Emery's competition apparently, but he didn't win it. I will say,
I just want to say I don't want to poo-poo Unai Emery. Unai Emery is a very good manager.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Let's not put them against each other. They're at different points in their career. Unai Emery is a top manager. Let's not skip over that fact.
Yeah.
Arteta could get there one day because, like I said, they're at very different points in their career. Arteta was still playing when Unai Emery started his managerial career.
Yeah.
And to compare them is really silly.
Yeah, obviously,
I think so. Time at the clubs together. You might as well include Freddie Ljungberg's his little stint in there. I mean, how great was he?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, this will ramble on until obviously Arteta wins something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I try to get involved in Unai versus Mikel because it's pretty.
Yeah, it's when people say, "Oh well, if you give Emery £1 billion, he'd have definitely won your league by now."
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You can't prove that, can you? So there's no evidence to say that. So yeah.
Ifs, buts, maybes.
Apparently, it looked like he needed a shower. Okay. Yeah, I've got my face on the screen, mate, and I had a shower half an hour ago. So unlucky.
Just going back to what T mentioned, David Raya. I want to know what you thought about David the Cat Raya save in the game and just how important he's been this season for us. Because I saw a compilation of his top saves this season. And he's been doing it all season. To be fair to him, he's a top keeper. He's not the tallest, he's not someone you say off the street, 6'4". He's just got this cat-like agility and I mean, what was your thoughts on that save? In the ground, what was it like in the ground? Because I didn't actually go to the game that game.
I didn't go to the game.
No. I had to watch it on TV.
And it was pretty mental, to be fair.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah.
Did it feel like what it looked like when it was a top save?
It felt mental. It was just like, yeah. It felt like it was going in.
Yeah.
It literally felt like he was going in, and then he just pulled off that save, and people just said, "Oh, it's just a normal save. It's just doing his job." And I was just like, "Yeah, come on, man." The fact he whipped across the goal like that as well, and got his hands so high, just so agile, and I just think he was. I think he's something else. I think he's probably the best keeper in the league at the moment. I don't understand people already putting Donnarumma ahead of him.
Mm.
I get on the context of what he's done in his career and whatever, but Prem proven wise, I'm not convinced, to be honest. I think he's got to do more. He needs to be tested in the league anyway to start off with. But yeah, he definitely saved us there, and especially in moments where it felt like it could have gone south very quickly.
But he does have his moments, like you said in the Brighton game, where he would kick the ball up in the air, or even Atletico Madrid, where he kicked the ball straight to Alvarez, who had their chance in that game. So he has these moments where he had like I don't say brain fart. He just kind of like he gets bored. I'm not sure if he gets bored back there or just the concentration. I mean, even last season, was it last season or the season before against Bayern Munich in the quarterfinal of Champions League when he come out and when he didn't need to, and Gabriel and him had the mix up and they scored their first goal in that game.
Yeah.
So he has his moments where he does that. Last year, Real Madrid, we were 3-1 up, 4-1 up in the tie, but straight after we scored, he's rolled the ball to Saliba, who's not even watching, and they've scored through Vinicius. So I think David is a top keeper. I think he's a great shot stopper, but sometimes the concentration does slip, and I feel like sometimes he's rushing to get the game going again, where he might need to take a breather.
I agree with that, but then in other times he like seems to take forever. He's like you're looking for something to happen, whatever it is.
Yeah,
there's obviously some trigger point, isn't there, where they do that stupid, and it's not just him. It's a lot of European keepers where they do that stupid ball roll backwards and try and make somebody do a trigger move, and I don't like that. I mean, from Khalid's point of view, he's saying why we're scared to say it. Raya clears Alisson. I think Alisson's done too much to be rewritten. I get that right now. He's injury prone, and didn't he have an hamstring very recently? So, but
Alisson's body of work speaks for itself. To be fair,
I think what he's done.
True.
But I also think the penalty saves he's done as well. Raya seems very lackluster when it comes to penalty saves.
Kepa dies the wrong way every single time until,
What's this?
Kepa in the penalty shoot, I kept diving the wrong way. It's frustrating me. Kept diving.
They both did that though.
Yeah, I know.
but what did you make of that actually? Because everybody basically, I was watching a content creator who's a Chelsea fan, and he's basically said, he dove right every single time.
Yeah.
Please tell me you didn't think he dove right every single time.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. It's just
he dove right most of the time, but not every single time.
Did you notice what he actually did?
What was he doing?
So he alternated. So he basically went right, left, right, left, right, left.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, he went right, left, right, left, right. It was like
my beef was that.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, I thought I froze again. So my beef was the only penalty he gets right was the only one he saved. Up until that point, he didn't get right once. If he went left, the ball went right. If he went right, the ball went left. I was like, guy, just guess right for one. Just guess one. Just one. So apparently,
he did it on the one that mattered, though, didn't he? I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. The one I wanted.
They were good pens. They were actually all good pens until that last one. To be fair, they were
very good penalties. Because honestly, even if you had guessed right on all the other penalties, I don't think you saved any of them because they were up,
yeah,
left, up.
I was quite impressed with Timber's penalty and with Saliba's penalty.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you who looked the most nervous out of the whole thing.
Is that
Mateta?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was weird.
He missed. I think he missed recently, didn't he? He missed a penalty. He missed quite a few penalties.
Sosa.
Yeah. He missed in the
but I don't think Mateta missed, did he?
I'm sure Mateta missed a penalty recently.
Maybe he did, but he looked really nervous. He did look really nervous when I watched that match.
The one time I was nervous when we were playing was when Merino stepped up to take his penalty, because I knew he wasn't going to blast it. I knew he was going to place it, so I was like, please don't get too fancy, because I need Spanish players don't blast
I thought he gave him the eyes, because he did.
Yeah, I knew his penalty was fantastic, but when you're being a bit fancy with it, you may end up putting it right on the keeper's lap. But it was a fine penalty at the end of the day. But I was just scared, like, Spanish players, they don't blast penalties. They usually they're technical and they place it.
It was funny because they all basically they're all criticizing Kepa for doing what he did with the with his saves, and Benitez did exactly the same. Yeah. The only difference, when he did his saves, he did left, right, left, right, left.
Sounds like a save combination.
Yeah, so he did it. He just did a combination, and he didn't change his combination like Kepa did.
Back when I was in school, I was a goalkeeper. I always tell people that when it comes to penalties, it's a guessing game.
It's a lottery, isn't it?
Unless you know the player.
Yeah,
it's a guessing game. You just guess right. If you're right to save it, fine.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the water bottle with the which side they go and all that crap, that should be banned as well.
The fine lines, the margins, it's all about the margins, you know.
Yeah, it shouldn't be allowed. That, because like you haven't got if you're the first penalty taker, you haven't got on a sheet of paper which way he dove, do you? Mm. You know, it should be a fair fight. You know, take the thing off. But yeah, I'd be straight in the goal like that. Yeah, in fact, I think in the Euros, I think one of the was it Russo? I think it was Russo that literally went into the goal and threw the water bottle into the crowd.
Oh yeah, no, I think that was.
I remember that. Yeah,
Hannah Hampton. I think she did it. It
might be Hampton. Yeah.
Yeah, Hampton. She's loved. Yeah, she got rid of it.
Yeah, she was basically she got up to see a penalty and seen the thing in the goal, and she just launched it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I knew one of them did it. I didn't know which one it was it. But yeah. Keeman, you seem to have a bit of a problem here, but if there's anyone sounds 12 at the moment, it's probably you. But there we go. Right, so what do we make of the City performances against Forest? Did you actually watch the game?
Yeah, I was happy they scored when they scored, because I thought they were always going to score. I didn't want it in the 90th minute to get the heartbreak.
Yeah.
Early, get out of the way. Let me be sad and just get out of the way. I just knew they were going to score, you know. But yeah, I thought Forest were in the game. I thought Forest made a good fist of it, you know, given where they are in the league. Man City are still vulnerable. Don't make no mistake about it. They're scoring goals, they're winning games, but the way Forest transitioned on them very well, and Hutchinson was just in aches at the back post. I'm still not sold on their fullbacks, Nunes and O'Reilly. I think they're pretty decent players, especially Nunes. Obviously, he's a midfielder converted to right back. O'Reilly, who's so young, making his way in the game. So I think those are weaknesses you can get at in this team and makes them a bit more vulnerable than people actually think. But I mean, they got Ryan Shirky. They look like a snip now. You know what I mean? Look at probably the best business this summer at the moment. Yeah, I mean, they're ticking along. I mean, they've now transitioned from it being a one-man Haaland scoring all their goals, and now they're getting more people involved. Phil Foden's back on form, which I think is correlating to the way they're winning games and other people getting involved in terms of goals and assists, which I think we should be worried about, because I think when Man City were in their palm in prior seasons, Phil Foden was at the nucleus of that all. You know, I think one player of the season, and helped them guide them to the Champions League, the treble, essentially. So I'm worried about Man City, I'll be honest. But I think we just got to keep doing what we do. And yeah, I mean, who have they got next? Does anyone know that?
I think
Chelsea.
I think they got Chelsea, I think.
I need to check that.
No, really?
I think it's. Check it out. My phone is on me right now.
One sec. Oh, no, Bournemouth next.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
they're stealing their best player. So what can we do there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so
Sure.
Bournemouth then Chelsea.
Okay, then.
Yeah. So Bournemouth going to be weak and got no Semenyo. Unless he plays. I mean, they should play him.
Yeah, and then they play Brighton. But
I know. Man City got Sunderland away. Did you say Bournemouth? Or did you say?
oh wait.
Yeah, they got.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, they got.
I thought
It's
they
Sunderland.
did, but I mean,
Yeah, Bournemouth.
sorry,
Did
yeah,
it change?
yeah, Sunderland away.
Then Chelsea at
Sorry.
home.
Yeah, Sunderland away,
Then Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea home, and then they've got Brighton at home.
Yeah, I mean,
But we can all agree that they're going to beat Chelsea.
yeah, I mean, Sunderland obviously they got
Chelsea are that side though, aren't they? They're a weird side, aren't they? That literally just get up for that one game.
on their day. Yeah, on their day they get.
Oh, yeah.
Can play a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And,
yeah, I mean, if we were playing Chelsea the week after,
mm.
I'd say that they're gonna get beat because their upbeat game is going to be against us, isn't it? But yeah, they're just a strange side, Chelsea. They're a bit like we used to be, right? We could beat anybody on our day, but we just never sustain anything.
Mm.
And I think that's what Chelsea is. It's just like a team of talents.
That's kind of true.
It's just a team of talents, I think. But I mean, they've got some tough fixtures, to be fair. So you got
but like my friend said to me, he said the most important thing is focus on your game. Like Arsenal, we're the top team, so just win your game. Whatever happens, but just focus on your game. So that's why tomorrow's game very, very, very key.
Yeah, where's your head at the moment? Are we favourites? Are they favourites? What are you making of that?
No. Honestly, I think we are slight favourites. Just going on the fact that we don't lose at the Emirates, and we are the team at the top of the table. So I think the edge is slightly. Even the bookmakers will slightly give us the edge. But if you look at it, we are favourites. And honestly, we've not been bad. The way people go around and talk, you think we've lost like 3 of our last 5 games.
Yeah, but we've actually had a dip, haven't we? And we could hopefully come out of the dip with the form that we've had. So the theory is that City have still got to have that dip because, all right, they had a tough start, didn't they? A stuttering start, but they haven't had a dip in the season really. So you can hope that's the case.
We're being forced into changes for injuries. You know, I don't think any other team, like I said, Villa, they've been fortunate with injuries. City.
I think Rodgers was out to start off with, though, wasn't he?
But I mean, it coincided in their run.
Yeah,
they're forced up. They've had, they've kept the same core together, which is what we did in the early part of the season. We kept our team together, and we're still getting results without our players. And I think if we do get our players back, I have us favourites. It's just, they're just like I said last, but there's variables, like the referee on the day could change it for you, and we do need to clear up our injury situation. But I think we're in good stead for this season. I think the players have been there. Obviously, the last 3 seasons, second. The mindset's there, and we just need to kick on. And this is the point I want to put to you both. Given our injury history and our injuries at the moment, would you look into the loan market to possibly get a defender just to shore it up? It wouldn't be a starter. It would just be a player that can come in competent and fill in where needs be. Because I don't think you're not going to get a starter on loan, are you? In this day and age. So what do you think?
What do you think, T? I'll let you go first. I've got one up my sleeve.
Oh.
Okay. It's funny we're thinking about going on loan for a defender when, if you look at the Arsenal squad, we actually have more defenders in the squad than any other position. But like you said, injuries, you can't foresee injuries and they're part of the game. And okay, we have our centre back and pairing back, but then we have to like the right back and left back positions needs to show. I mean, Timber seems to be needing more rest because he's been playing a lot, and then Ben White doesn't look like he's going to be able to stay fit for the rest of the season. I mean, if he's back, we don't know what will happen again if he tries to run or makes another another run back. So yeah, we definitely are not going to be able to get a starter. But then who is available to loan in or to even buy in January to come as cover? Because you look at it, most of the names that we want to call are probably starting in their team. So it's really tricky. You really need to look at it. Who are you going to like try and go for? But if there's a possibility to get a good player, a good quality player to cover for, I would say right back, because we seem to have more cover for the left back position. But right back right now, for me, it's right now is only Timber. So yeah, if you can get a quality, I mean, like maybe a B grade player or a C grade player that can cover for right back, yeah, definitely we should look at that. I mean, a lot of people are saying we should look at maybe a winger, but honestly, I don't see any winger coming into this Arsenal team and playing, because on the left we have Trossard and then we have Martinelli. On the right we have Saka and Madueke. So anybody we are bringing on loan is not going to play unless there are injuries to those two players. So yeah, if you can get a right back cover, that would be fantastic. But then again, it's January and we have a saying here in Nigeria that the January market is a black market. You don't see what you're going to pick. You just dip your hand into the black box and whatever you pick, that's your luck.
I thought you meant something completely different then. To be honest with you.
No, it's a Nigerian thing. It's
Yeah,
actually,
I thought you were just
it's a
going. You can
Yoruba
only
thing,
get
so,
black
yeah.
players, but yeah, it's like
No.
yeah, I
No.
thought that's what you meant. But yeah, I like that little reference. Though it's quite cool. But yeah, my take's slightly different because I think Mosquera will come back pretty soon. I don't think he'll be gone out for that long at all. So I think second week of Jan, maybe third week of January, he'll be back anyway. White's obviously close. I think Timber was just an impact kind of. He just landed funny, I think, and he was not risked, which I like. We've all been begging out for that, so I completely like that. Obviously Gabriel and Saliba are back, more or less. Obviously having Mosquera back helps that department as well. Left back we're perfectly fine, so I'm no problems there. Left wing, right wing, like you say, no problems there at all. And the theory is that we're getting Jesus, Havertz, Marino can play up there. So I'm not worried about that either. My worry is in the 6. Maybe the 6 to the 8. So Zubimendi, Rice. I think if we can get somebody there, then I'd be well happy with that.
We've had Norgard who's just been underused, So it's not like
I was about to say that though.
I think he can play there, but I don't think he's been underused. I think he saw a position he can play, and I don't think he wanted to risk him because he had the injury concern when he came in. And I think that the training methods that he has now, I think it was a bit of a shock thing when he's coming into our club doing the training regime. I think it's hit him hard, and I don't think it's necessarily the same kind of level of fitness that they do at Brentford. So I think that's purely to not risk him. But I get Maynard on loan.
Really?
But doesn't need to start, does he? Doesn't need to start. Just you can rotate him in the 6. You can rotate him in the 8. I get Maynard on loan.
Is that the name you were talking about when he asked the question? He
hasn't played football for a long time though. What's it? I think Grimsby is probably his only appearance this year for Man United of sorts.
Yeah, I mean he can't take anything from what he's doing.
I get it.
He's not exactly in the picture, is he? So I just think that it's something that could be explored.
But I feel like he's a player that's going to need to be able to get up to speed, and by the time he gets up to speed, it's going to be April, May, and the season's done. Like, do you think you could throw him in the January if we got him in?
I don't think you'd need to do that at all, to be honest. I mean, he did. He played two games ago, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he played.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
He would have played the cup game, but they're not in the cup.
Yeah.
But so yeah, he would have played in that when he got back to fitness. But yeah, he's obviously not a favourite of Amrim, is he? So yeah, I just think it's worth the risk for a loan period. But maybe that's kind of a bit of PTSD as well, because I think last year, had we got the facilities and not had the two loan spaces taken up, I think I'd have gone for Rashford.
Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah.
That would have been all right.
Instead of going for, is it Sterling?
Yeah, we got Sterling in City. I wasn't sure if we could terminate him and bring in Rashford, but
we're not allowed to terminate. We weren't allowed to terminate him because we'd have to pay his full wages back.
Yeah.
So basically, they got dispensation for his wages, and yeah, if you make that agreement and you send them back, you have to pay the full amount. So we weren't going to do that.
And how'd they reward us? £55 tickets, scumbags.
They're still paying his wages. That's why they have to pay 55. We have to pay.
We have to pay his wages. Yeah,
yeah, they're still paying sterling wages, aren't they?
I mean, just getting on to the Aston Villa game, like, what would be your starting lineup spots? Like, where's your head at in terms of who's going to line up in this game and unchanged from the last game? You bring in. I mean, obviously it depends on people coming back, but
it depends on players back.
Yeah.
But I'm starting Trossard.
Yeah.
First of all, so obviously starting Trossard. I'm going Gyökeres because I think you've got to keep with him. I've seen people put Madueke in for this game, and I'm not with that purely because of the defensive work that Saka does. I don't think you can't drop Saka for any home game really. Unless it's a menial cup game, which I don't believe right now. I don't think any cup games are menial anyway. So I think Saka has to start. Submendi, Rice, Ødegaard picks itself really. Timber if he's available. Gabriel Saliba, obviously right up with that, and you're not going to do anything stupid there unless Raya has an injury or something. And Calafiori, isn't it? If Calafiori is available, if not, it's I go Lewis Kelly. I know you said that it was Hincapié. I'd still go Lewis Kelly because of that inversion, and then you can kind of create a bit more pace.
I just feel like defensive. I feel like he's been got at a lot this season when he's been playing, and his positioning hasn't been what it's been last year. As in, like, I mean, even in the Brighton game, it's such a small thing that no one probably cares about. In the first half, in the first 10 minutes, they play a long ball that he headed for a corner. And I feel like if he was just a yard back, he heads it out for a throw-in or heads it back up the pitch. Like, little tiny things that. I mean, even the Bayern Munich game, the ball was over his head. And I think, what was the game where he played in? He
played the Bayern game though, didn't he? And he was really good in the Bayern game.
He wasn't his best game that game, in my opinion. I'd just play Hincapié just. Because I think Hincapié's switched on. He's raring to go. He's like a mini Gabriel, in my opinion, in the making.
Well, when we scored, it was him that actually triggered the press and basically got the ball back, and he was quick off it as well. And that's what I liked about Mascara when he was first coming in as well. That primarily through ball was really quick. Didn't really need to think about it. He'd done all the work getting the ball back, and it's gone through three, 4 players to get to a frontline guy. So I like Mascara, I think he'll work at more. I think he'll do a Ben White. I think he'll do a Ben White with him.
Really?
I think he'll end up at right back.
I just want to say I'm not angry if Skelly plays. I'm not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be angry. As in, as long as those two, the centre backs are there, my 2 rocks,
Yeah.
Gabriel, pieces either side, I'm all right with. I just need those 2 back there, those 2 mammoths at the back, winning the balls, and T, what's your line, T? What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, for me, I think the starting 11 picks itself right,
Mm.
right the way it is, because the only change that will come in from the last game is Gabriel and Saliba, the centre back pairing. If Timber is fit, yeah, then Timber plays. I don't want to see Rice at right back in this game. Honestly, Rice needs to play in the midfield. So I don't know what's going to happen at right back, but I mean the left back's position, like you said, I think I'll prefer Nkape because of his solidity in defense. I mean, he doesn't give the same amount of options going forward like Calaferi or Lewis Kelly, but we know he's going to be there solid defensively. So I think I'll go with Nkape. Then, but right back, and that's where the toss up is. I mean, I don't know if Timber is going to be fit for the game, but the midfield is in many Rice, Odegaard, yeah. That's standard. Trossard has been doing well, and yeah, Gyökeres up front because yes, you stick with him, and also the presence. I mean, yes, he's not scoring so much goals. His movement might not be that as good as we want it to be, but he's a problem regardless for any centre back. He's always a problem for them, at least. So that's going to work. Saka plays. There's no how Saka doesn't start this game. I don't see unless he's injured or sick. There's no how Saka doesn't start this game. So basically, the only position I'm not sure of is the right back position. I don't know who plays there. If unless Timber is fit. If Timber is fit, we all know Timber plays. I don't think White plays. It's too early to bring him back. Hamstring issues. It's always best to let it go completely before you bring the player back. I just don't want to see Declan Rice playing the right back. But then again, it's Ateta. It might happen.
Well, I think that they're missing a couple of players, aren't they? I think they're missing Matty Cash and Kamara.
Cash and Kamara both got their fifth yellow card.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's Kamara is a big player for them in that middle, in my opinion. You know,
Yeah, it's been good this season.
Yeah.
To be fair.
so I don't know who to replace him with. Maybe drop Onana back a bit, one level, and
Yeah, he kind of rested him, didn't he? And
Mm.
on he come on as sub in the last game, but yeah, so he didn't start the game, and I would guess that's why. But yeah, you were talking about getting a centre back. What do you reckon about Gahey? Because Gahey's actions in the League Cup were a little bit wild, weren't they? Do you think there's anything in that, or?
I mean, I think it was just. I don't think. I just don't. I understand the celebration. It was last minute. It's not.
It was weird, actually. It was weird.
It was a weird celebration, but I kind of understood it. I think it was just we're going to penalties. Let's not get over. No, I mean, let's get
Do
too
you reckon
over.
that's what he done?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think. I think there's something else involved. I mean, I don't know, but it's just you don't celebrate an equalizer like that on an away ground.
You know
didn't
what
even
I
celebrate
found
as-
weird?
He just scored.
You know what I found weird is when
Yeah, go
they
on.
were doing that little huddle with the England players,
yeah.
and Arteta just kind of patted him on the shoulder. You know, normally you go up and you'd be like, "All right, well done, mate. You know, lock hands. You know, well done, mate. You know that kind of thing." And it looked like he was trying to do, and I'm not trying to create a bloody anything or whatever, but it just looked weird when you put two and two together with what happened in the celebration, and then the Arteta basically just pats him, kind of did everything possible to not make eye contact with him and walk round it. It was just odd. The whole situation was a bit odd. I just, you know, some things you find it hard not to read more into.
Mm.
And that was kind of one of those situations. And there's probably nothing in it whatsoever. But it just looked a bit weird.
I think if he was looking to move club, he wants to stay in London. I think will be one of his primary destinations. But obviously, Chelsea, they have the defensive issues. Centre back, they have a million that are not good, one or two that are good, but they're always injured. And I think, obviously, in terms of wages, I think Chelsea would probably. I mean, well, they've actually restructured their wages recently.
No, they don't pay more than
Yeah,
150 or 200.
Yeah, they've actually restructured. I think maybe we could possibly match or surpass any wage demands he has. But it's something that we probably want to get done before the World Cup, because obviously he will go there, and if he plays a blinder, the zeros get added on to the end of his salary. But I think obviously in January he has the option to speak to overseas countries, so he might, I'm not saying Real Madrid and Barcelona are interested, but he's a top player. Nonetheless. So you will have that interest from the likes of the clubs, including Bayern Munich as well. Italy, I know they don't offer the money that much, Italy, but he might want to stay in London, and I think we would be the perfect club. I've actually said previously, I think Gabriel is going to leave in a couple of years to go Saudi. I think that's always been in his mind and in his roadmap. So I think Marc Guéhi would be a great replacement for him. Also, we've got Hincapié coming through the ranks as well. But in long term, I think Guéhi would suit us. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we're not reading too much into it. It's actually true what we're seeing in front of our eye. And it's just a done deal. Just
the thing is, age-wise, he's a couple of years behind Gabriel anyway.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he'd be in for as a replacement for him. I don't really know, but he just seemed very weird and very you know.
Yeah, he's 25, so yeah, he's
oh, okay, so
younger,
but there was talk, wasn't there, a couple of years ago where Gabriel was going to go Saudi.
Yeah, he missed the first couple of games. Missed the first 2 games of the season when we drew that game with Fulham.
Yeah. And they basically said, what does he have to do to get game time? Commit his future, and he can play. Other than that, he can piss off.
I do think he will go in the next couple of years. That's generational wealth. You're not going to turn that down, especially if he wins the trophy here in the next couple of seasons, and he's done his job. He can go on and secure his family, essentially.
Yeah, I'm not going to predict what we're going to win, but we've just got to win something, at the end of the day, and be in everything until the end. So I'm not buying into this favourites nonsense. I don't really buy into the Man City underdog gimmick either. I've never really bought into that, purely because they've still spent money. They've still done this, that, and the other, and Pep's still there, Haaland's there, and you can't have it both ways. You can't basically go, oh, it's a transition, and you keep the manager and you got the best striker in the world, and not be expected to win a title. So
Would you have taken Semenyo? Was that a player that would have interested you?
I wouldn't mind Semenyo. I don't think he's as big a upgrade as people think he is.
I thought the same as well.
I think we need a name.
Or like a Rodrigo Leao.
That kind of thing, right? We're at this point, right, where it's a marquee signing means everything to everybody. So it means everything to the fans. It means everything to the players. It just got that little bit of a boost. So, and preferably not a defender that's making that marquee. So I've got no problem with it being Guéhi coming in. But I don't. If that's the situation, I don't want it just to be Guéhi. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I think Arsenal is okay. I think we're at that point where we need to now go to the next level. Like, if you remember back then when Chelsea was getting closer and closer to win the Champions League, they started making some kind of signings. Not all of them were outright bangers, but the fact that they went for these names, like the season they won the Champions League, they had Fernando Torres in their team, and everybody here can agree that it was a flop at Chelsea. But guess what? They won the Champions League with him. So right now, if we're bringing anybody into this team, like we're signing a player, you said it has to be a big name. Like if we're going to sign a right winger, it has to be one of the best right wingers in the world. We can't just go for a talent. You need to sign like a proper big name in the game, because that's the next level. That's where we are. We can't, like, if we are bringing in a winger to come and start at Arsenal, it has to be like a Saka level or higher, when you got like a proper superstar. That's what we need. We needed a superstar striker. We got in Gyökeres. Fine, he's not been scoring all the goals we expected, but that's what Arsenal should be doing. If we're going for any player right now, midfielder, striker, defender, it has to be among the top 10, top 5 in Europe. That's the level we are right now. Other team needs to start taking us serious, and even the fans need to know. But we can't be going for, oh, there's a talent there. No, we've gone past that. Sorry, we've had that. We've had that time. That was when
I think you
Martinelli was
can
coming
sign
on.
the talent. You can sign the talent, but you just
Yeah, but
need
not to come and
you need
start. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you need one marquee,
exactly.
I think. But yeah,
We were talking about the players. I mean, the question is this summer, if we don't win nothing in terms of trophies, is will Mikel Arteta be leading us into next year? And if so, would you trust him again with another £300 million? It's, I know it's not our money, but it's still a lot of money in the grand scheme of things, you know. And the more players he adds to this team, it becomes more his team, and the next person coming in might not be along the same same thought path as him. So I mean, that's just a point.
it's not our decision to make, to be honest
of course
with you.
not.
But,
Yes,
I mean, unless we're going to go out there and basically you know protest on the concourse.
yeah.
Wait, it's not really our decision to make, and
You've got
I
18
get
months
that.
left.
I get that some people will be pissed off, but the match going fans as a whole really aren't that pissed off. So, and I think there'll be some discourse if that happens, but I don't think there'll be enough discourse to get a manager out. I'm not sure who I'd want to put the manager in with, but one thing I will say, and I'm not saying that this is a process restarted or project restarted or anything like that. I think the turning point was Berta, and it basically changed the whole perception of what the board want to do as well as the manager, to be honest. So I think if we'd have got A2, we'd have just been in the same lull situation. We don't really care. We're not really vying to improve. But I think bringing Berta in, I think that shows a turning point from board level. That okay, it's not necessarily all just your job anymore. You know, it's in-house. We're going to deal with it. We're going to give you what we think, and we're going to do it going forwards. So,
but surely we have to wait to the end of the season to see if Bert's been a hit or miss. Because if we do end up empty-handed, has he been a success, or has he not? Has he been a failure, or is that down to Arteta, or is it the players?
Well, it's a bit. It's everything.
That's
the thing. You can't. But again, Rome wasn't built in a day, was it? I mean, all right, you can't say that the process has been restarted, but you know, will Berta's tenure or in his role, will that be decided in 1 year?
Nah,
because it shouldn't, should it? Really.
But Berta being the man who he is, do you think he has another manager in mind just in case?
I think he probably does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he does. To be honest,
you'd hope so in his position.
I hope that. What I hope is as well that he's that guy that actually goes to Arteta and goes, "Yeah, I've got numbers in my phone, you know."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Threaten him, just
not threatening him, but it's basically, you know.
Yeah. Just let him know. Yeah.
You know, keep you on your toes, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not Arteta in, Arteta out, whatever. I am in at the minute because I don't think there's no reason to get rid of a manager at this point. And I don't think there should be any discourse at all, to be honest. And these people that are just out, and it's all negative and whatever. I think that
it's clickbait. Yeah, it's clickbait.
I think it is. A lot of it is clickbait. I saw one where Neto's better than Saka.
Yeah.
I was just like, mate, what are you just trying to think up now? But you know, that's a bit mad. But I think it has to be discussed. If he doesn't win anything, I don't think nothing will happen. I don't think he will be replaced. I think he'll have at least another 12 months. I would have thought.
Yeah, well, like I said, he's done in the last 18 months, so you can see out his contract, and
yeah,
if he does well, get a renewal. If not, then you can just see it as a mutual decision that he took us as far as possible. Like T said, we need to.
Yeah, which is the right way to go, right?
Yeah.
It should be the way, you can earn a new contract or we can get somebody else.
The problem is, like you said, though, if we don't win something this season, will that tension in the crowd in amongst the fans, because it might not seem big, but it did seem pretty vicious towards the end of Wenger's tenure. In terms of
that was a long time coming, though.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but I think this has been. It's not just been the season in terms of for some people, for Arteta, it's been a build up of 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, but I mean, I was of the opinion that I didn't particularly want Arteta in the first place anyway, because I didn't want a new manager. I wanted somebody with some credentials. You know what I mean? But I'm always of the opinion, while ever they wear the Arsenal crest, I'll support them. And Emery, in my opinion, had his chance, and as something I meant to say when we were on that conversation, it was kind of maybe a bit of a poison chalice at that point, because obviously we'd gone through what we'd gone through with Wenger, but also the board were just useless. They just didn't have. They didn't know what they were doing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just zero ambition. In fact, have they really shown that ambition apart from signing Berta?
I would say I think they have to a certain degree in terms of the financial backing they've given to Arteta. A lot of managers get the kind of financial backing that Arteta's been given, in my opinion. So I think
a lot of managers don't manage Arsenal, make a damn sight of money. And the other thing, it probably would have been more money had the commercial revenue that certain Mr. Gadidis screwed up, and we've been run by lawyers for God knows how long, because and Sanlehi basically screwed up the trust of the lawyers as well, and which is another reason that we kind of haven't necessarily made the grade as such. But I reckon that we obviously got in a different way as well, and which is why they've got rid of Tim Lewis. So yeah. There we go. Can we get match predictions then for the? Do you want to do all teams, or you just want to do the Villa game?
I mean, we can do all teams, starting with our own. Starting with Arsenal, I think we're going to win 1-0. 1-0.
Oh God!
Clean sheet. I've gone for it. Tension. Nails being bitten.
Oh, I can't do that in my life.
Well, we're going to get over the line. 1-0.
What are you going to?
I have something completely different, actually. I'm thinking 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1.
See, I was thinking of 3-1.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, it's not beyond. It's not beyond reason. We created chances. It's just we need to put them away, like we said. So yeah, 3-1 is not.
But I mean, I think Villa have created a lot of chances that are low XG chances.
Yeah.
So I think that they, so long as they're marshaled properly, I don't think they that those 2 goals that Rodgers scored against Man United, he doesn't get them against Saliba.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Nope.
Not a chance. Not a chance. He certainly doesn't get 2 of them.
Yeah, which jinxes.
But no, that was Yoro. Yoro was stood about 2 yards, I think.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But yeah. All right, let's run through them quick, because I'm gonna have to go. But tomorrow's games, we've got Burnley, Newcastle.
I think Newcastle will win that game. I think Burnley are, I won't say in a world of trouble, but I think they've run their course now. They came up as a pretty decent championship team, great home form, but it's not really worked in the Premier League. And I think Newcastle will go there and win 2-1.
Oh, I'm actually going 2-0 Newcastle, because they are due a win, and they're going to win comfortably tomorrow.
I'm going to go 4-0. I think they are battered. Chelsea Bournemouth.
If no Semenyo, I will say Chelsea 2-0. If Semenyo, I will say Chelsea 2-1. But I think Chelsea win.
Okay, well, Bournemouth is at home. I think
No,
that's
it's away.
I'm going 1-1 draw.
Bournemouth away.
Yeah, it's Bournemouth away.
Yeah, okay. Bournemouth away. I'm Chelsea's at home. They are 2-0 Chelsea. 2-0 Chelsea. Yeah.
You know, the last time I predicted
They seem
this,
to do well this time for Bristol.
the last time I predicted this, he came in.
Mhm.
So, put a quid on it, right? But it'll happen, right? Chelsea 3, Bournemouth 3.
3-3.
But I didn't back it last time, but I will back it this time. And because literally happened. So yeah, it's just like what the hell was I doing there? But there we go. Forest Everton.
Screams a draw to me. I think that could be a 0-0 to be honest.
Yeah.
You don't really see 0-0s already. You don't really predict a 0-0, but I think that will be a 0-0.
I can't see a goalless draw in the Premiership. Like it's hard. This season it's been hard to see a 0-0 draw. I think Forest can slightly edge it 2-1. Yeah, I think 2-1 Forest.
I'm going 2-1 Everton.
Mm.
So yeah, I just don't think Forest are all that, to be honest. And Everton need to get some points. To be fair, they've kind of dropped off a little bit, haven't they? Yeah, they got dropped to 12.
Yeah.
There we go. West Ham, Brighton.
West Ham, another team in trouble. Yeah, I can't see anything other than actually, you know what? No. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go Brighton win. Brighton win 3-1. West Ham are just in a world of trouble. I just can't see them getting out. We might lose in this season, to be honest.
Well, for me, it's a relegation battle right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna. I'd say 1-1 draw.
I'm going 2-1 West Ham.
Do you think West Ham scored 2?
I think West Ham scored 2. The last time that they kind of had a bit of a bad run.
Yeah,
they kind of shocked us beating Newcastle 3-1. So I just think it's just a bit of a weird fixture. So I think they'll beat. I just don't think Brighton are all that at the minute. I think they're struggling. Last one tomorrow is Man United Wolves.
See, I think this is one of them trap games that I think people think United will batter them because
I agree.
Yeah. And it won't transpire.
1-1.
Yeah, that's what it will be. You'll think, 3-0.
Yeah, you think he did it 4-1. You beat him 4-1. This, that, and the other. And it'll be a 1-1.
That's us. I think it could be. I was going to predict a 1-1. Just it'll be out of the blue, but
yeah.
One of those ones.
What are you saying?
I'm going to be realistic. This is Wolves 2 points in 18 games. United win 2-0. Easy. I don't see anything else. I don't mean easy.
Do you know who Wolves have got 50% of their points from?
Honestly, well, that's true.
From Spurs, they drew 1-1 with Spurs, didn't they?
Spurs,
Paulinho equalised and celebrated like he won the league.
It was won it,
Palace Fulham.
That's a tough one, because Fulham are what that team.
London derby.
Yeah, Fulham just get points. I don't know how they just go under the radar every season and finish 13th.
And Palace are probably fatigued to hell, aren't they?
Yeah.
And remember, Fulham has like 3 of their players at the AFCON. It will be Chukwueze. Exactly. So
have Palace lost any to AFCON?
Yeah, I think. His other injury. And yeah. So I'm gonna say, I think it'll be 1-1. I've got a lot of draws in my predictions.
We're going to.
I think 2-2 for me. 2-2. It's going to be.
I think I go with.
It's a London derby. It's going to be high scoring.
Yeah, I think 2-2 as well. Liverpool Leeds.
Liverpool, I think they're looking better in these recent games. I think they'll win. It'll be a tough game. I think Leeds away from home are a different animal to what they are at home. And I think Liverpool win that 2-0.
Yeah, I got that too. 2-0. That's what I got here too. So comfortable win for me though, but yeah.
Yeah, I think 2-1. I don't think it would. I think Liverpool win 2-1. Brentford, Tottenham.
I can't get away from my bias and my hatred, so I'm going to go for a Brentford 2-0 win.
Nice, like it. We got to.
This is another one of them games, and I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think 2-1 Tottenham. I mean, I don't like Tottenham, but they've been moving funny these days. I think they're gonna nick this one 2-1.
Yeah, they do a lot better away from home than they do at home. They want to get out of that cauldron, don't they? I still got a feeling there's a 2-2 there. Don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, Tottenham could be playing Stevenage under 15s, and I'd be like, you know what, Stevenage are pretty decent. I think they might win this one. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Get my pinch with a pinch of salt, you know.
Indeed. Sunderland, Man City.
Yeah, I can't see anything but a Man City win, to be honest. Sunderland.
No.
I mean, they're good at home, but obviously they're missing the 5-6 players to AFCON.
I don't think they all went though, did they? Because
really?
no, that Adingra didn't go.
Yeah,
I think there was another one.
Yeah, he scored the other day.
Yeah, and there's another one. So I think only 5 went. Only 5 went, if you know what I mean. But it's not as bad as they thought it was, but still not great.
Yeah, I think Man City are rolling. I think they'll 2-0 City. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm thinking 3-1. 3-1 City, yeah.
I'm going 2-1 City.
Hopefully we're all wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully a bit of hopium that we can hope some more. But yeah, there we go. Yeah. Nice one. I think we're gonna call it there because I think we covered everything. We've done 2 hours. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to do.
It's a long one.
Yeah, a long one. I mean, most of it is waiting for you, to be fair, but but there we go. Thanks for coming on, T. Don't say you're frozen,
No,
please. For the love of God, man.
Right on cue. Yeah, he's definitely frozen.
Definitely frozen. Yeah, but it's no. Oh. Yeah, we can't hear you, man. We can't hear you now. You go.
I wasn't saying anything. I wasn't saying anything actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. We were waiting for you to say something, and you weren't saying anything anyway. All good. SJ, thanks for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, T, I'll get your link. Send your link to me as well. I'll put it in the description for the next shows as well, and we'll get you linked up as well so that we can do lives to your shows as well. So, but yeah, if you're still here, please make sure you're hitting like, subscribes, comments in the comment section below, and we'll catch you next time. And yeah, hopefully with 3 more points in the bag. Good night.
See you, everyone.